the security system's going up. That'll make us feel good. Nothing fancy with this security system, just purchased off Amazon, and it works. Oh, yep, see? We can see.
Well, can you see me?
Yep. So.
Yeah, it's a very simple system. It just has to have Wi-Fi. So, unfortunately, if you lose power and you lose Wi-Fi, you lose your cameras. But it sensors will monitor and give you alerts. And it'll show you somebody sneaking around your front door.
Yep, so we have, what, 4 cameras?
Yep, 2 more to hook up.
We actually brought them, 3 of them from the old house, and then, yeah, so it's not a monthly, you just buy them and you hook it up yourself, so. Yeah, it's not a monthly fee, you just hook them up, you buy them off Amazon, you hook them up, Wi-Fi, some type of an app, and then it goes directly to your phone and it gives you a little bleep when it is activated by somebody walking by. I mean, unless a bird or something's right there on top of it, or a stray animal, I mean, that happens, but you want to be alerted. So yeah, so like I said, it's just something, I know you can buy monthly ones here and there and pay the money, but these have worked. We've had them, what, 2 years now? And yeah, they have worked perfectly, other than when you lose power or Wi-Fi. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, we've been pretty happy with them. Though I've shown you 3 rooms so far, 3 hutches basically, not the entire rooms yet, I'm still working on pieces here and there, trying to figure out where I want things. It's a new house. Not all my pieces fit from my previous house, and it's fun of going shopping. Now, I've had this frame for a while. I absolutely loved it. It was salvaged. I really didn't find a project, but wasn't willing to get rid of it. But I absolutely love the pair of children's sock stretchers, dryers. I'm not sure what they're called, but I just love that patina of that wood, and am not willing to sell them. So I have an idea of hanging that on the wall here. I'm glad that this little corner hutch fits, but I'm still working on that. I have another salvage piece I would like. And as you see, this was before a lot of other things were done, before Chris completed the table. You know, really just trying to decide where I want my pieces of wall decor and what sadly I'm going to have to get rid of. I really don't think that this piece was necessarily a frame, as it was some type of molding on something, either a base or a top. So it doesn't have any type of hanging system, and there's really not a lot of room for a hanging system. But I don't know, there was just something about it that I loved.
And it's not, there's not a stud there, but that thing weighs like 2 ounces, so I'm not gonna.
So I guess that's go pretty high up.
You can always shorten the rope on it too.
Does it look bad?
No. I would actually say you want probably one over to the left, one over to the right, though, wouldn't you?
Like this?
No, not cross-legged, but
No, I think you want them on top of each other.
okay.
Take 2.
Do you want me to remove the picture frame?
Yeah. Look good?
Sure.
No stud right there. I thought it would be age appropriate to use some old square nails to hang these socks. Ooh. How fun is that? That's cute. I think that's cute.
About right. I know it's not level, but I mean, as far as center.
I think it needs to come over this way a little, like a couple inches, towards the cabinet. Towards the cabinet. There.
What's the difference if I got a nail hole to patch if we ever move it, or
That's true.
the screw? The level is behind.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. It looks level. Right there. So did you all see the amazing table that Chris made for the new house? It is on the Ginger Chick channel, but we needed more chairs. I sold a well, I didn't sell a table. I gave my sister-in-law a table with chairs I was going to use, but she, you know, if you have a table, you need the chairs. But I knew that we would come across some at an auction, and they always, tables and chairs always go really cheap, usually. So I found these. They're not an exact match, but they're pretty darn close. I think that we gave $10 for the 4 chairs and the table, and another lady took the table. She wanted the table. We didn't have any use for a table. Tables are like slow sellers. Chairs are slow sellers. So unless I have a purpose and need them like these, yes, we will go ahead and get them. They are the same style. The back doesn't completely match our other 6 chairs from our other oak table that we are using, that I spray painted black eons ago, before I even had a YouTube channel. So I need to prep these. So just taking off, they have some floor protectors on the bottom that I just needed to remove. And now I'm going to go ahead and give them a nice prep sanding. You get that really shiny coat off, especially on chairs, because they are handled. You have buckles and rivets on people's pants and stuff like that. You know, shoes, heels, whatever. So you really, unfortunately, when it comes to painting chairs, you do need to do some extra prep, just not slap some paint on there. So I'm going to be spray painting these, and I know that I will be spray painting the bottoms also. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the I've been made in Taiwan sticker off the bottom. And as you know, we do not have a spray room set up yet, but Chris has been working on some cabinetry, and these are the boxes the cabinetry came in. So that worked out perfect. I had some large pieces just in time to be able to paint these up. So after getting them washed off with some Dawn dish soap, some hot water, letting them dry, nice sunny day, so they should dry pretty fast. And now I'm going to go ahead and spray paint them. So I have Rust-Oleum's Satin Black that I'm using. That is the same one that I had used on the previous 6 chairs before I decided I liked flat better. So I want to match. So luckily I still had a can just in case I needed touch up that I knew it was a satin finish. So when I'm spray painting a chair, I'm going to give 1 can of black spray paint, one of my color spray paints per chair. So 4 chairs, 4 cans of spray paint. It is much better to have more than run out in the middle of a project. And because I'm doing spindles and legs, unfortunately there seems to be a lot of overspray and a lot of waste. And you could hand paint them, you can, but oh, the drips and runs and no thank you. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and use a spray can to spray them. So I just like to start with them flips upside down first, get the most surface area that I possibly can cover, trying to move that spray can, you know, in the back and forth motion, trying to overlap so I don't necessarily have to go back over it another time. And then when they are dry, which in like about an hour, I can flip them over and now work on the fronts. I don't know about you guys, but I find it so satisfying to watch somebody paint, to see that paint covering it up, especially when you're able to get it in a nice, even coat. So now I do a double check, trying to see if there's any places I missed. Going to let them dry for another hour because I will be sealing these in with a top coat. I want to have a good top coat on these. Spray painting them with a spray paint is not enough to protect them. So we got some fabulous lights at Home Depot.
They're actually Hampton Bay, which is the same as our furniture. Didn't know they made solar lights.
Yes, our furniture has lasted forever. We just rearranged again, trying to figure out.
Big furniture, small deck.
Yeah, big furniture, small deck.
Actually, that's huge, though.
Yeah, that.
From the side really shows off how big.
Yeah, the swing is huge, but you know we like huge furniture, so. And my plants are, you know, it's turning to be cold nights now, so and I haven't cared for them as much as they need to be cared for since the move, but I'm still trying to make them survive. So we'll see how these light up tonight. Yeah, $6. It was like 5 something, so $6 a piece. Can't find the rebar yet for the big butterfly. Put the big butterfly somewhere. That sweet potato vine is doing awesome. You can't hardly see the flowers underneath it, but yeah, I need to get back out here. I did not, with doing the inside of the house, I didn't take care of the outside of the house, so I need to do some weed control before it goes crazy, but unfortunately he's gonna have to weed whack it. It's too long. And especially in our salvage yard. Yes, we need to figure out what to do with this salvage yard. We're not doing any like major constructions this year back here, but yes, we put all the stuff that I had outside out here, so we need to find a new home, put it in the barn for the season. I need to do some weed control. I don't know if I can figure out where some of the plants were, or just, I mean, I know that is peppermint. I know there's a hosta in there. But yeah, we need to remove this stuff so I can do better weed control, because I really only did weed control once, so yeah. Did find the little butterfly. Somehow he got hidden during the yard sale. We didn't want to sell him. But need to find the pieces of rebar that the butterflies go on so that they don't fly away. But we'll put them away for winter anyway, but I still want to enjoy them. So I've let this area get out of control. That happens fast. So let's start taking care of some. So can anybody explain to me why you decide to do something on a 90-degree, 1,000% humidity, but the weeds, like in a week, we had rain and humidity, and they are just growing out of control. So I had to get out there, or the next thing we'll have a jungle and critters will be starting to live way too close to our house. And I already know, we know in this area, where she'd put all those pavers, she was covering probably groundhog holes. So after I got these weeds all pulled out, I was like, oh, yeah. So, yes, I started to rearrange the pavers and pull out a hosta that was like underneath where it was not a good hosta. It wasn't well maintained. But I couldn't stack any more of these pavers up because there was a hole. They're a hole all the way, so there's 4 of them deep, and there's just holes all over the place. So that is as much as I can do because we're going to have to bring fill in. I don't know what was going on, but I'm sure that's going to prevent anything from living there. But I'm trying to backfill, at least trying to flatten it out. And you know, the more weeds that grow around your foundation, the more little critters like to come and visit. And especially since now that we're surrounded by cornfields, and soon in October and November, the beginning, they will start to harvest. I don't want to have any little sanctuaries for any little critters to live. I do not know what this tree, it's not a tree. I know it's a huge weed, and I dealt with one at our other house that no matter how many times I cut it down, I tried to dig out the root, it always grew back. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is, but I know that I needed to get it out of here. I get when you're staging a house, you just want to make it look pretty. So, I think she just moved some of these field stones in there. She threw bags of mulch on top of river pebbles. So they're really, I think like any plants that might have been in here are just like the ones that just happened. They weren't necessarily planted. And I don't really, the rocks are in my way for where the spigot is. So I'm just going to roll them out of the way because you know I can't lift these bad boys. Until we can deal with the situation, I'm just kind of laying stuff around the foundation. Hopefully, like the groundhogs don't come back and try to dig around the foundation. So there are these random different pavers that I'm just going to set across here. I just don't want them digging any more holes. Okay, so I'm still regretting doing this on a hot, humid day, but they were just going to keep getting bigger. I can shower afterwards. No hot tub to jump in at this house. Yeah, so now I've got it mostly cleared out, settled down. I don't look like a salvage yard that's overgrown. I'm going to do some weed control to kill off the rest of the greenery that is there. Okay, so it's somewhat better. Like, so I said, she put mulch over rocks. It wasn't really plants. It was something that had been there, like maybe came out of a pot and then yeah. So not necessarily were they actually plants that she planted. She just put mulch around them. So put the weed killer down. Doesn't look like a salvage yard anymore. Unfortunately, this is something we're gonna have to deal with as soon as spring comes. Just not dealing with it. Some vermin must have crawled or made its home underneath all these, and that's why she's left them. So as soon as I started to lift those up, there's lots of holes, and I'm not dealing with that in 90-degree heat. But it does not look like a salvage yard anymore. So not as scary as it was. This is still a space we want to enjoy now that we're kind of turning into fall. The nights are getting cooler. We're not probably going to keep this deck. I would actually like to, we both would like to pull the whole deck out. I don't like that things can crawl underneath the deck. It's all rocks underneath there. There's trash underneath there. So that's another project for another year. And my annuals are starting to die off, but I still want my space to look pretty and be able to enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I just thought I'd give you a little sneak peek of some areas I'm working on. I'm not going to do a house tour yet because I don't love every space yet. I'm still working on little spaces here and there. Do I use the decor that I brought in with me? Do I go out shopping and find more decor? Well, heck yeah. I mean, of course I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, I just want to keep tweaking here and there, and the next thing you know, it'll be Christmas, and I'll be putting Christmas decorations up. Love the table. Yeah, I just wanted to share, if you ever wondered how tackling chairs, it's well worth the time to do the prep on chairs because they get beat up. People, like I said, people sit in them and they move and they touch and they get all that. Yeah, so though the chairs don't completely match, 6 of them, so 3 and 3 on each side, perfect. The other chairs that we purchased at the auction are a little bit bigger, so they make great end of the table chairs. And we have 2 chairs set off to the side. Yeah, so we would have loved to have a 10-foot table. That would have been nice, but people can gather around and, get all cozy together when we have family dinners. That's just so awesome. So thanks for watching. I just wanted to share a little bit of, I have areas at my house that look like salvage yards and are neglected too. I started off cleaning that area. The next thing I know, I had a salvage yard jungle growing, and I knew with fall coming that little critters are going to start looking for homes for the winter, and I'm like, I got to get that cleaned up. So thanks again for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's content following our journey. Yep. You just never know what we will be working on because every day is just a different story. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye.